everybody. Welcome back to Infinite Sheep. I'm Arnold at blogbook.com, kind of trolling through my memories of stuff I did in very standard def, very low power TV long, long ago. And this is definitely one of them. This was, I almost think you would call this a boredom project. And let me kind of put that in context. When you are one of the junior people at a TV station or a radio station, you usually wind up being that guy who works the holiday shifts. Now, I will put it to you this way. Years later, when I was not quite so junior, I would still take the holiday shifts, usually because I did not have family anywhere nearby, or I didn't have family that nearby that wanted anything to do with me. It happens. And so, out of respect for those people who had kids and had family, I would happily take the holiday shifts, the Christmas Eve, the Christmas shift, the New Year's shift, whatever. And do that so other people could have family time. Obviously, this is before I had kids. Once I had kids, I kind of expected and hoped that things would tip the other way. But not really. It's not how it happened, because by then I had the reputation, oh, you're the guy who's willing to work the holidays. Okay. And it didn't always equate to time and a half or double time or whatever. It really was just kind of the principle of the thing. The piece we're going to watch here, which is strangely bereft of audio, so I will be talking all the way through it. Although I do remember the audio that was on it. I remember that very distinctly because it became something of a point of contention. This was something that was cooked up just out of lack of anything better to do. Christmas Eve, 1995 at Fox 46 in Fort Smith. I thought it would be fun to do one of those things where, we're tracking Santa, except that we had just recently invested in this weather graphics system, and so we did actually have some satellite graphics that could be used in this. And so this is a combination of graphics overlay done in Target Tips Plus on the weather graphics computer. And, a little bit of video toaster switching back and forth kind of thing. So let's take a look at this perhaps ill-conceived creation, trying to give the impression that, Santa is sweeping in from eastern Arkansas and the kids need to be in bed. I also think there's a little bit of Elcars going on here. There's a little bit of, you just can't, you can't get the Star Trek fandom to not show at any point. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Now, the sound that was running over this, there was no voiceover. There was a sound loop that was a track off of a Doctor Who sound effects CD that I had at the time. I think it was 30 Years at the Radiophonic Workshop, which I had bought thinking, there will be an abundance of Radiophonic Workshop music here. No, most of it turned out to be sound effects. Well, I was going to make sure that got used somehow, and so I picked a sound effect, I believe it was from the Doctor Who episode Galaxy 4, and it was the little Chumbly robot, the steady run of the Chumbly robot, which was this kind of futuristic teletype sort of thing. Well, apparently the station management thought, okay, you could have put music over this, but instead you put this weird, kind of vaguely menacing sound effect over it. Don't do that again. And so this ran, I think, maybe once or twice before it got pulled. And I don't, and it was not something that I said, oh, hey, I'm going to do this. It was something I just popped on the air. And so, you know, low power, low budget TV, low power, no budget TV, possibly no power, no budget TV. This is the sort of thing that happens. You're already last ranked in the market. Where the hell is there to go but up? And so if you want to look up that sound effect, it's probably somewhere else on YouTube. But it was not included on my video file here for whatever reason, and I am left to sit here and talk to you about it. But there it is from 1995, the Satellite Santa Detection System, which was done entirely with weather graphics. I mean, this was not a very sophisticated video construction here. And I suppose that's okay. Not everything had to be. Now that I look at it, and I see that everything is there's kind of an upward wipe on everything for every transition. I'm starting to think now that there was no video toaster in this. This was just playing with the playlist element in that Targa, the thing that you could build playlists of Targa graphic files with. I forget what the software was called. That may also have been part of Targa Tips Plus, although I think Targa Tips Plus was just the paint program. So I have forgotten what that software is. It probably shows up in that video where I was in the control room from a long time back. So and maybe we'll answer that question at some point in the future, or maybe it's already been answered and I've forgotten what it is. So there you have it, the Satellite Santa Detection System that apparently unnerved someone for maybe all of 2 legal ID breaks at Fox 46. Yeah, it wasn't a big kerfuffle. It was just sort of a, hey, maybe we need to think this out better next time. And if I recall correctly, there was no next time. We didn't follow up on this idea. Probably because, I was probably too busy doing commercial production by the following Christmas. So there you have it. Things to do when you are at the station by yourself on Christmas Eve and you decide that you are going to play Video Santa for everyone, and maybe that's not the best idea.